Cal, a point on the road, it looked like it was sort of petering out into a draw, and then obviously there's the chaos in added time. Could you almost unpick your thoughts on the game and also what quite happened in stoppage time at the end?
For the game, it's a brilliant point for us, isn't it? It's a tough place to come. Really, really tough test, really good home record. And we knew we'd have to put on the right type of performance. And I thought we did that. I thought the opening 25 minutes we were excellent. I thought we had really good moments, but made the wrong decisions in and around the box. I thought if we were slicker, maybe on a better surface, obviously the weather conditions play a part, maybe we'd have had a little bit more to show for that dominance in 25 minutes. You'd expect Brackley to have a spell and put us under some pressure. They did. And naturally it's a very, very good point. As for the stuff at the end, it's an absolute disgrace. It's the worst refereeing decision I've ever seen to award them a penalty, to the point where a player of Adam Rooney's quality, it's almost like he's put it that far over the bar because he knows it isn't right that he puts it in the net, because that is an absolute travesty. To be a handball, it's got to be a handball, and to give that in that moment and to then book everyone, to have booked everyone, just makes an absolute mockery of the level of football. It makes a mockery of it that can happen in a game at this level where it just descends into complete chaos. Their manager was booked, and he'll have the same to say as I do. I don't mean that as a slant at him. I heard their comments about the match officials, but that at the end was an absolute disgrace.
It just seemed like he almost lost control of the game there at the end, and obviously now as a result, a couple of yellow cards and a red card, and you'll be without Declan Weeks next Saturday.
There is no way, when Declan Weeks has been as good as he has for this football club, as good as he has for me since I walked through the door, that I will say, hear or entertain a word of criticism about him. It just made an absolute mockery of it. The decision, if we'd have lost the game like that after that performance, after the boys have shown that heart, because look at them as a group, look at what they produce, to come here and put that type of performance on. For me to be standing here, I know you can't understand a word I'm saying, I can barely hear myself. For the lads to have put that on, to be coming away from Brackley frustrated, going, we should have won that if it wasn't for the post and the goalkeeper and the ball bouncing around the box. For us to be coming here and saying that's how far we've come. And those people that look for us to fail, it'll be a very, very disappointing weekend for them, because it's the start of a new block. We've got 1 point, a place where teams have come and got nothing, and we're going to keep moving forwards. So for us, for the boys to have shown that heart for the group, for each other, that togetherness, for the entire club to show what it's showing at places like this, that's what we're going to be all about the second half of the season.
As you're saying, you touched on the pitch as well, the conditions, particularly in the second half, it made it a bit of a leveler, but your side just seemed to, in that second half, just grow in confidence, and it was building towards what could have been a big and a memorable finish, and so you must take a lot of heart from this.
I am so proud of them group of boys, so proud of what they're like and what they're like all week and what they put out there on the pitch. I thought we played very, very well. I thought we needed more to show for that dominance in the opening 25 minutes. I thought Brackley were on top either side of half time, and then, as you say, it's the second half, we grew, and if it wasn't for the post and maybe some better decision making around the final third, we've come and put Brackley on the back foot. Not many teams will do that here, and I'm just so pleased with the boys. It's a brilliant point, and the fact that we are frustrated and questioning, you know what, we could have won that game, tells me everything about what the second half of the season is going to be like. And I couldn't be more proud of the boys. If you win the game, you have 2 more points to show. But for us, we've got a points target we're going to go after relentlessly. But this is a tough place to come, and we've got more than plenty of teams have got here.
14 league games are beaten, the chance to make it 15 next Saturday against Curzon.
Yeah, look, I know we've got to get more points at home. I know that we've got to do this and that and this and that, and everyone, what it's got to be at home. Yeah, I understand. I've never had more clarity around how to improve us at home. Really excited to have back-to-back home games, to not have a midweek game, to have 3 sessions in the build-up to the Curzon game, and then 3 more before we play Peterborough Sports at home. And we're going to make sure that we reward crowds of 3,000, that we reward what everyone's doing around the place with performance, but more importantly, results. And we're going to go back up a very good away point here with everything we can do at home on Saturday against Curzon.
And finally, just a word for 245 of 941 supporters in this ground today. We're from a Chester persuasion, and we talked about not just the conditions, but the distance as well. A great away following.
They are unbelievable. The way they get behind the team, I do think the team are easy to get behind. I've said that to you before because of the way they are and the way they play, the type of football and their honesty. You know what I mean? Their honesty. Really, really genuine lads and genuine players. But for me, for our group, we want to reward them because that isn't a shock today. That's what they've been like all season, and they get right behind us. Let's make sure we reward them at home, and then we'll continue what we're doing on the road. So it comes in a good place, isn't it? It becomes a bit of a crisis when you draw 2 games. Imagine that feeling in August. So for us to be doing what we're doing, an unbeaten run, in and around those playoff positions, we've got to make sure that the second half of the season backs up what these lads have done on the pitch, backs up what the club have done, backs up what them supporters have done, and we're going to do it, and we're going to do it together.
Cal, will let you go and dry off, maybe get a soother or a locket, and enjoy the journey home. Well done.
Thank you.